Hello children, today we will start our 8th chapter, that is Mineral and Energy Resources part 1. So first we will understand about the outline of the chapter. What are the main points? The first point is introduction, second is distribution and uses of minerals. The different uses of minerals. The first we will learn about iron ore, manganese, bauxite, copper. Okay, see what is mineral resources. A mineral is an aggregate of two or more than two elements. A mineral has a definite chemical composition and is formed by inorganic process. It is formed by inorganic process. Okay, now see, minerals generally occurs in the earth's crust. It is extracted in the form of a ore, processed and used for various purposes. So when we are getting these minerals, they are in a form of a ore. That means it is in a crude, or we can say in a raw. That is a raw material we are getting, in a raw form we are getting. And after the processed, that product is for the usable for many purposes. So what we learn about the mineral? Mineral is an aggregate of two or more than two elements. So from that elements we are taking out the definite chemical composition. Okay, and that process was a inorganic process. Now see, natural has provided varieties of minerals in the earth crust for the great use of man. So the many minerals we can found in the earth crust. Mineral is defined as a natural occurring chemical substance or compound of a different elements in the rock or ore. Okay, mineral may be said to be indispensable in a modern civilization. So this is a mineral. So these minerals are divided in a different types. Okay, now we will see the different types of a mineral, types and minerals. See, normally minerals are found in two forms only, metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. First we will study about the metallic minerals. Minerals that are heavy and contain metals. Listen it very carefully. The minerals that are heavy and contain metal, when they are containing metals such as iron ore, copper, lead, zinc, manganese, nickel, etc., these are called these are called metallic minerals. You can see here metallic minerals. These minerals contain metals and are generally found in igneous rock. Where we can find it? We can find in igneous rocks. Okay. They provide a strong base for the development of a metallurgical industries. They are providing a base for strong base. They are providing for the metallurgical industry, and hence are vital for the industrialization and economic growth of the country. So these metallic minerals are a base for a metallurgical industry, and they are giving opportunities, or they are responsible for our industrialization and economic growth of a country. Economic growth of any country, these are the base. Okay, see, economic growth of the country. Some examples of these metallic minerals are that I already told you that they are iron ore, manganese, nickel and copper. Okay, now see non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals, minerals that do not contain metals and comparatively are lighter, such as a rock salt, gypsum. These are the example of non-metallic minerals. Now see what is written in our book. See, non-metallic minerals, these minerals do not contain metals and are found in sedimentary rocks. The examples are the mica, limestone, gypsum. These are the examples. So the major difference between the metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals are that metallic minerals are found in igneous rock and non-metallic minerals we can get from sedimentary rocks. In earlier class we studied about the igneous rocks, metamorphic rock and sedimentary rocks. Whenever the volcanic lava cooled down, we got igneous rock. That's why it is called a primary rock. And after the denudations, the particles of these stones, they are the reduction is there, and through these wind, air, these particles, they are settled down in the bed, river bed. So they form the sedimentary rocks. It is in a layer forms. So the minerals are that non-metallic minerals we found in a sedimentary rocks. And whenever these igneous rock and the sedimentary rocks, they are compressed in a great heat, then we found the metamorphic rock. So children, these are the three types of a rock. But what is the role of rocks in this chapter? That we get metallic minerals from igneous rock and non-metallic minerals we get from sedimentary rocks. Okay. Minerals are non-renewable resources. Note down it is very important. Minerals are non-renewable resources that we cannot renew it because it is a natural process. They are exhaustible. It is not easy to replace them. Minerals are non-renewable resources, okay, because this is a natural process. They take a long time to develop geologically, therefore they should be conserved and not misused. So we have to conserve our mineral resources. We have to use it very efficiently because their stock is very limited. Stock is very limited. That means that it is available abundantly, but if we are misused it or we are using it abundantly, the day by day the stock will be depleted. And we cannot renew it because this is a natural process or this is a geologically made. So we cannot, this is not a human made things. The minerals are not a human made product. So we have to use it very efficiently. Okay. Now we will study the second point, that is distribution and uses of mineral. The different distributions and uses of mineral resources. So in that, first we will study about iron ore. Now see, types of a iron ore. Iron ore is the backbone of our modern industry. The economic growth of a country is judged by its consumption of iron. Now see what is written there. The economic growth of the country, it is judged by the consumption of iron. That how much we consume the iron. So iron is a backbone of our modern industry. How it is a backbone? Listen children. So now we are using nowadays in modern society, in modernization, we use every machineries. We use the different type of machineries. So these machineries are made of basically, mainly, chiefly it is made up of a iron. So iron is playing a very important role because these machineries are made of iron. So that's why it is called a backbone of a modern economy. Economic growth of a country is judged by a consumption of iron. Okay, iron exists in a form of a iron ore and contains various percentage of iron. The various, actually we are not getting a pure iron. The different mixture, other different mineral mixture we are getting. So we have, the process is there, the different process are there. From processing of these iron ore we are getting iron. Accordingly there are 4 varieties of iron ore we found. Mainly, chiefly we are getting 4 types of iron ore. What are they? They are magnetite, hematite, limonite and siderite. These are the four main type of iron ore. Iron ore is basic raw material of iron and steel industries and other metallic industry. Fortunately, India is one of the world's best endowed country in iron deposit. Iron is also the second most abundant metal in the earth. We can say iron is the backbone of modern civilization. So I hope you all understand about the iron. Now I told you about the different types of iron ore: magnetite, hematite, limonite and siderite. These are the four types of iron ore. So now we will study about these types of these different type of iron ore. Magnetite. This is the best quality of iron ore and contains 72% of pure iron. It is reddish in color and has a magnetic properties. Hence it is called magnetite. Okay. As it is attract to a magnet, it can be magnetized to become a permanent magnet itself. It is used in industry as a ore of iron and a manufacturing steel. It is found in Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. This is the finest ore with the very high iron content. Got it? This is very high content, a very high iron content, that is 72%. It has excellent magnetic qualities, especially valuable in an electrical and a technical industry. Magnetite is a black mineral formed in an igneous or a metamorphic rock. See children, this is a very important point. Magnetite is a black mineral formed in an igneous or a metamorphic rocks. Okay. Now come to our second type, that is hematite. Hematite. Now see, the most important industrial mineral quantity wise mined or a large scale. It is the most important according to the industrial mineral, or for the industry purpose this hematite is very important. We can find it contains 60 to 70% iron and the rest are impurities. So see, in hematite we can get 60 to 70% pure iron. Okay, and rest are the impurities such as the phosphorus, silica, alumina. These are the different impurities we can get from hematite. Okay, and the pure iron we are getting 60 to 70%. Now see, it is red ore derived from a sedimentary rocks. Okay, it is a red ore and derived from a sedimentary rocks. And where we can found? It is found in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Karnataka and Maharashtra. Now next is third is a limonite. Limonite, it is yellowish in color and it contains 40 to 60% pure iron. It is found in a form of a decomposed iron bearing rock. It is decomposed iron bearing rocks. It has a less than, that is, it is less than 40 to 60% pure iron we are getting from a limonite. Okay. It is found in Raniganj, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, in Kangra Valley. And the uses of this limonite, it is used as a pigment in a manufacturing of paints. The different type of paints we are using it. Okay. Now see the next, that is fourth type of, it is an inferior ore and has a many impurities. It has only 10 to 40% of pure iron. It is self-fluxing, that is self-mixing, due to the presence of lime. It is found in Gujarat, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh and Rajasthan. This iron contain only 10 to 40%, note down, only 10 to 40%. It is a carbonate of iron and ash grey in color. It is carbonate of iron and ash grey in color. It is a low temperature hydrothermal mineral. This siderite is a low temperature hydrothermal mineral. Okay. This siderite is economically important for a steel production. Mainly it is used in steel production. Now see, what are the uses of iron ore? See, iron is mainly raw material in the iron and steel industry. It is a raw material in the iron and steel industry. Used in making machines, automobiles, train, ship, rail track, tanks, etc. Used in manufacturing agriculture tools and equipments. Used in making household appliances. Used in making canes and containers. So these are the different type of uses of iron ore. So this is very important, or already we studied about that this is a backbone of modern industrialization, because all machineries are made up of a steel and iron and steel, and we are getting this steel from this iron ore only. So this is a very important thing. Okay, so we are getting these are modernization and this industrialization possible only because of these iron industries. You can see the small nut is also the small pen. We are using pen. That pen, that pinpoint, that nip is made up of a steel only. So that means each and everything that we are using in our daily uses, not only for the domestic purpose, for the industrial purpose, we can see the different uses of iron and steel. Okay, so these are the different type of uses of iron ore. Now we will see the distribution of iron ore in India, where we can get iron ore. Here you can see India map. In this map you can see the different types, different places where this iron ore we are getting iron ore in different places. See, India has the world's largest reserves of iron, approximately 6.6%. 6.6% of world's known reserves. Most of the iron ore of India comes from the peninsular India. See, from this peninsular India, you can see the many names are here only in this part. This part is called the peninsular India. So, the most of iron we are getting from the peninsular India. See here the name of states: Odisha, Jharkhand, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu are the important producer of iron ore in India. See, Karnataka has a large reserves of magnetite and hematite. The main producer of iron ore is Karnataka. Karnataka has a large reserve of magnetite and hematite. Okay, iron ore is exported through two ports, Visakhapatnam and Mangalore. So children, these are the these are the different states where we can get iron ore in India. So the here see the place, that particular state name is also written there. So you have to go through this and revise it. So we will see the different state: Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Goa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. So children, in this video we studied about iron ore, uses of iron ore and distribution of iron ore in India. So in next video I'll explain you about manganese. So you have to read your chapter carefully, and if you have any doubt you can comment on YouTube, or you can comment on my WhatsApp number and I will solve your query. Okay, have a good day. God bless you.